on Saturday. Sheffield Wednesday looking to build and improve after a disappointing draw against Bristol City. So we are moving. Wednesday in the first half, playing from right to left. There's an early touch for the home goalkeeper Bartosz Bielkowski, who launches it long upfield, and there's some early work to do for Jack Hunt over in the right back position, but he wins the header comfortably and the ball goes out of play. And Wednesday keep the ball at the back. They've failed to score 4 times this season of the 19 matches they've played. Well, the ball is worked out to McGoldrick here. Inside right channel of the penalty area. McGoldrick skied his effort from the edge of the box, given free rein to race forward. Kieran Westwood races out to have a word with Morgan Fox, and I think Morgan Fox has just perhaps given it back a little there, but McGoldrick had a free and easy run into the penalty area, Brian Laws.
Well, again, it's one of those where Wednesday have had a lot of possession in midfield, and Ipswich are quite happy to let them have it.
Fox has showed that he could make that place his own.
I think it just shows you that nobody's taken that position by the scruff of the neck, and they've not bought into it. It's available, so therefore Fox has got every chance as anybody else of making that his own position.
Well, here is Wallace out wide on the left-hand side, takes on his man, drops his shoulder, tries to skirt round Connolly again. He's done well here, and the cross is blocked, and it goes behind for a corner. So taking that set play on this near side, Sheffield Wednesday. Butterfield bends it in, it's high. Bielkowski comes in with 2 fists, punches it away. Out to Bannon, 35 yards from the Ipswich goal. Out it comes to the far side, in swinging cross, glancing header, Rhodes! And it drops just wide, inches wide from the former Ipswich Town man, Jordan Rhodes. His glancing header just wide of the mark.
That was a really good chance for Rhodes there. Lovely ball in, left-footed, I think, by Fox. He left-footed from the right-hand side, put it right into the centre of the goal.
Now Wednesday have it on halfway. Butterfield back out wide to Bannon. More good possession from Wednesday, and it's floated crossfield, but it's spliced in between Hooper and Wallace, and it will be easy for Henlock to distribute a long searching diagonal ball to McGoldrick. It brings a ripple of applause from the Ipswich Town fans here, puts Ipswich on the front foot. Now Connolly in the middle of the park, brings it onto his right boot, drives and shoots, and stings the palm of Kieran Westwood. Fox will lift it into the stand, but Kieran Westwood tested for the first time tonight from distance, and he made the save.
Yeah, terrific save there, got his full body around it, but the pace of the ball from Chambers was phenomenal.
It is the way Wednesday play, and it will only add to the frustrations if this is another game that goes begging. They have had the game's outstanding chance. Here's Garner on the run on the right. In goes the cross, chance for Selina. Header spilled by Westwood, but he gathers it at the second attempt, having forced it wide of goal. And that was just Ipswich Town bringing their A game to an attack. Will allow them to have a lot of the ball. Whether they have that cutting edge, they are missing players who can provide some of it, but Forestieri, for one, isn't going to be around for a long time. They're going to have to find a way through. Here's Reach, skirting very well indeed away from Connolly. Out to the far touchline it goes, and Wallace, who strikes one. In the end, it was a bouncer that bounced across the face of goal from distance, and wide it goes, but that's kind of Ross Wallace territory. It was in his range.
It is, yeah, he cuts in on that from that right-hand side.
Here's McGoldrick, released down the right by a cushion header from Garner. McGoldrick then leaves it for Garner, who strikes it on the half volley. It might come to the edge of the box for Waghorn. Wednesday through Hunt almost gifted Martyn Waghorn a chance, but he scuffed his left-footed shot, and that made it easy for Kieran Westwood to make the save. Drags the ball away from the touchline to make the save. Well, you wonder in the opening exchanges of this one, and we're only 90 seconds in, whether both managers have said we need a bit more pace as it comes to the edge of the box here. Chance for Waghorn, and a brilliant block from Fox, who got in the way, and that deflected the shot into the side netting. Well, in the first corner of the second half, Selina pings it in, and then a volley at the back stick. Ipswich Town have the lead. It's Joe Garner with his 5th goal of the season, volleying unmarked into the roof of the Wednesday net. Ipswich Town make the perfect start to the second half, and not for the first time this season. Wednesday have a mountain to climb on the road. Ipswich Town 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0.
Well, the one thing is, when you've just nearly conceded a goal, is you make sure from a set play that you make sure you mark everybody up. But Ipswich played the corner in, got a flick on at the near post, and everybody looks static.
Back to Lees, across halfway to Hooper, glorious flick, releases Hunt down the right-hand side, Rhodes is after it in the box, in it goes, and Jordan Rhodes sliding, can't have been more than a whisker away from making contact. Wednesday still have it, in it goes, near post, Rhodes with the shot after the dummy from Hooper, but Ipswich Town are able to clear the ball away.
That deserved more, I have to say. It deserved more than that.
Well, the goalmouth scrambled with opportunities more than once. But here's an opportunity for half an hour or so for Kieran Lee, who scored the winner the last time these two sides met, to have an imprint on the game. The free kick tossed into the box. Ipswich Town will clear. Waghorn lifted over the top of Lubens and still going. Martyn Waghorn drilling it through the middle of the park. That might be a great ball. Freddie Sears is onto it. He's rounded the goalkeeper Westwood, but being forced wide. Freddie Sears shoots. Westwood recovers. It cannons off his legs. Big let off for Wednesday, who concede possession again. Waghorn through Wallace, still not gone out of play. It's all a bit harem-scare, and Wednesday survive just.
Have a second bite of the cherry, of which he stood up firm and made a good save.
So it is football heaven on BBC Radio Sheffield. Sears one-on-one with Westwood, the latest chance. There's an option out wide in Hunt should they wish to go that far. Hooper takes control of the football and does pick out Hunt, who rolls it infield to Lee. Lee's first time ball will be fortuitously picked up by Hunt. Hunt now, chance maybe. Fletcher of the back stick, handball. Referee, point to the spot, is a penalty.
Yeah, handball. That was a lovely ball by Hunt there. Beautiful ball played in on the far side, and I was waiting for Fletcher to actually smash the ball. He was waiting for it to come down, and for some reason the Ipswich player just put his hand up.
I think it was Spence back there, wasn't it? Backtracking. Yeah. Put his hand up, it caught his hand, and the referee had a look at it for a split second. Well, Sheffield Wednesday have been feeding off scraps from open play. Can they, from the penalty spot, come back on level terms here at Portman Road? Gary Hooper stands over the ball. He's got 8 for the season. He steps up, smashes it past Bielkowski. He gets his 9th of the season. Keeper dived the right way, but it mattered little. And Sheffield Wednesday are all square at Ipswich. Ipswich 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And the changes, to be fair, manager's made a couple of changes and it's made an impact. And that's what you want to do when you make your substitutions. You want them to make an impact. And I have to say, it's done the trick. They've got back in the game now.
Just keeping possession away from Hooper, and he probably wished he'd given it to Hooper because he swiped the ball crossfield. It's evaded Tom Lees, and Ipswich Town get a cheap throw-in. And they're on the front foot here with Sears. Sears, who almost made it 2-0 before 1-1 in the penalty spot. Now it's Emyr Hughes lifting it in. Waghorn! Ipswich Town retake the lead. Martyn Waghorn steers home his 9th goal of the season. A header which just evaded the outstretched hand of Kieran Westwood. All Sheffield Wednesday's good work, having equalised from the penalty spot undone. And Ipswich Town retake the lead. It's Ipswich Town 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1.
Well, talk about the run, against the run of play.
Sweep it back to the goalkeeper Westwood. Westwood quickly races out of his penalty box, taking it to the left-hand side. A big punt upfield from Kieran Westwood, tossing it long to the edge of the box. Nuhiu wins it in the air. On the turn, it's Fletcher, and it's rising from the apex of the box into the home end. Here's Sears, chipping it to the edge of the box. Lubens is there, now Butterfield. Back it comes to Hooper, lovely turn in the middle of the park, evading Connolly. Things will open up here now for Barry Bannon. Clock ticking down, normal 90 seconds of added time left. Bannon turns over the ball. He's got Reach with him in support. Reach takes on Connolly, striding to the byline. Up goes the cross. Nuhiu is there! And Wednesday scramble an equaliser! And it's Atdhe Nuhiu's first goal in an absolute age. And Wednesday may be about to rescue a point out of Ipswich. Boy, was that goal sorely needed, right at the death.
Well, that's what you get for perseverance, and certainly Sheffield Wednesday have certainly shown that perseverance and that togetherness. They've never given up, they've had a go, they've kept going, they've thrown everything at Ipswich. Ipswich were probably being relaxed there, thinking the game was over, thinking they've done enough. But if that ball comes in, and that's the first time I have to say that Reach has got a bit of quality in, he's found the back post, and there was Atdhe Nuhiu, who was just standing there on the far post, didn't even have to jump. It was a simple task of putting the ball in the back of the net. Give probably over the whole 90 minutes, probably what they deserved, at least a draw out of this game.
They did probably deserve a point on the second half performance. I don't think they particularly deserve more than that.
No.
Here's Bannon. Bannon turns it out wide. Well, Reach might suggest that with a few seconds left, there's a chance for another. Here's Bannon tossing it up towards Nuhiu. Nuhiu gets the flick down. Hunt there will have to crack one, and in the end he does, but it hits the advertising on the top of the stand, and he calls full time, and Sheffield Wednesday's players look to the stars in relief after scrambling a 2-2 draw here. 4 goals in the second half. Wednesday haven't really had the quality, letting Ipswich through with sloppy mistakes, but they've managed to get a draw from the penalty spot. Gary Hooper nudged home his 9th of the season, and then with about a minute of added time left, Atdhe Nuhiu was there to send home a powerful header. Ipswich 2, Wednesday 2.